The phylum Coelenterata. Phylum Coelenterata, it is commonly known as, the phylum Coelenterata is commonly called as a Cnidarian phylum. Cnidaria. Now we are discussing about these phylums. First one, what is that? What is the Coelenterata? First one, what is the Coelenterata? So, first of all, the coelenterates are first of all identified by Leuckart. Who is that one? Leuckart is one of the scientists. He was separation, first of all, identification of the Coelenterata individuals. So, he was introducing into animal kingdom. Before he was identification of these coelenterates. So, these are therein intermediate in between of the plant and animal kingdom. Before he was identification, so these coelenterates are intermediate in between of plant and animal kingdom. So the first one, the coelenterates are Coelenterata. First one, the word of Coelenterata. Coelenterates are first of all identified by Leuckart. Scientist is known as, called as a Leuckart. First one, what is the Coelenterata? Coelenterata nothing but coelentry is known as cavity. Coelenterata nothing but cavity. Nothing but cavity. Enteron. Are you remember? Enteron nothing but gut or intestine. Gut or intestine. What is that? What is Coelenterata means cavity. Coelenterata means cavity. Enteron means gut or intestine. Enteron means gut or intestine. Just wait. Okay, cavity and gut. So the word of Coelenterata is commonly known as a Cnidaria. So why they are calling into Cnidarians? Why? Because the body is consistent of the cnidoblast. The body containing, what are they? Cnidoblasts are present. The body completely containing cnidoblast. So what is the cnidoblast? Cnidoblasts are commonly known as a tentacles. So the word of cnidoblast is proposed by Benson. The word of cnidoblast is proposed by Benson. The word of Coelenterata is proposed by the Leuckart. Are you clear? So the coelenterates are structurally, it is cylinder-like structure, cylindrical-like structure. Cylinder-like structure. First one, the general characters of Coelenterata. All coelenterates are, most of the individuals are aquatic individuals. Some of the individuals are marine form, and very less in number or less phylums are there in freshwater form. The most of the individuals, very important, most of the coelenterates are marine form. Exception of only one class. Remember, exception of only one class. That class is known as a hydrozoa. Exception of the hydrozoa, the remaining all classes are there in marine region. So what is that? First one, these are a group of the individual, nothing but these are leaves in colonial forms. Nothing but these are leaves together. To formation of a group that is known as a colonial. That colonial are known as a colony. That colony is called as a Obelian colony. What is the Obelian colony? Colony nothing but a group of the individuals are living together in a particular area. That is known as a colony. So that colony is known as a colonial. Which colony? This colony is called as a Obelian colony. This colony is called Obelian colony. This colony is known as a Obelian colony. The best example of the Obelian colony is known as Obelia geniculata. Example of colony is Obelia geniculata. The best example of the, what is that? Obelian colony. Some of the individual, some forms lives in, what is that? Lives in individually. Some of the individuals are lives in individually, are sedentary in condition. Most of the individuals are sedentary, cannot able to move anywhere. It is always stable in condition. Sedentary in form. What are they? You can write sedentary in form. Sedentary in condition. Sedentary in condition. So cannot able to move. But exception of one individual, exception of one phylum, exception of one class, that is known as the Scyphozoa. Very, very important. In phylum, the Scyphozoans are exception of the Scyphozoans. Remaining all classes are sedentary in form. Sedentary in condition, exception of which class? Scyphozoa. Scyphozoa. Exception of Scyphozoa. The remaining all are sedentary. These are free swimming nature. Free swimming. Why? Because it is lives in aquatic regions. Free swimming forms. Okay. See, these are completely carnivorous nature. Completely carnivorous. Carnivorous forms, all aquatic and marine. Fresh and marine water forms are completely, what is that? Carnivorous forms. Are you clear? So the body, first one, the body, cylinder-like body. The body is completely covered by outermost membrane. Listen carefully. The body is completely covered by the outermost membrane is known as a pericardial membrane. Outermost membrane. Outermost membrane is known as peri. Peri means out. Pre or peri are same. Pre means out or first. Pericardial membrane. Are you remember in porifera? In previous class in porifera, the porifera body is covered by the two. What is the two membranes? Inner outermost membrane is known as a, what is that? Coinocyte and what is that? Coinocytes and archaeocytes are there. Like that, the body is covered by most of the pericardial membrane is outermost membrane. Innermost membrane is known as a sinocardial membrane. Innermost membrane is a sinocardial membrane. It is yellowish color. Yellowish color. So next one, the body. These are shown radially symmetrical. Which one? Coelentrates. I am explained already. Radially symmetrical, biradially symmetrical, bilaterally symmetrical. For RC, for BiPC, for Beater. Radially symmetrical by Coelenterata. Biradial symmetrical Platyhelminthes to Chordata. Are you remember? Yes. Bilateral symmetrical from the Ctenophora, Echinodermata, and from Chordata. So this is known as a. These are shown biradial. Coelentrates are shown. Coelenterates shown. Which type of symmetry? Radial symmetry. Radial symmetry. But one exception. One exception, no doubt. What is the one exception? Only most of the individuals are shown by radial symmetrical. Exception of the Anthozoa. Anthozoa nothing but Metridium. The Metridiums are shown biradial symmetrical. The most of the individuals are shown radial symmetrical. what I'm saying, exception of some phylums, exception of some classes. So note down, this is very, very important from the NEET level examination. So these are coelenteroids are shown radially symmetric. Exception of Anthozoa. Anthozoa in the individual is known as a metridium. Sorry. Metridium, that is known as a Adamson. Adamsia. So this Adamsia shown biradially symmetrical. Which symmetrical? Biradial. Biradial symmetry. Which one shown biradial symmetry in Coelenterata phylum? Exception of the Anthozoa. Remaining all are shown radial symmetry. Anthozoans are shown biradial symmetrical in only Metridia. So this symmetry. Next one, the coelom is completely reduced. There is no coelom. Very, very important. There is no coelom. The coelom is absent. Coelom is reduced, but this reduced coelom is formed as a gastrovascular cavity. It is formed as a gastrovascular cavity. Which one? The coelom is absent in Coelenterata. Are you clear? The coelom is absent in Coelenterata. Absence means reduce, very less. The coelom is reducing in Coelenterata, but the coelom is able to formation of the coelom, the reduced coelom, nothing but very less in cavity is there. That cavity is able to formation of gastrovascular cavity. Gastro, nothing but what is that? Stomach. Gastrovascular cavity, nothing but it is getting food. The food is directly enters into the gastrovascular cavity for the digestion. Useful for the digestion process. Clear? Next one. These are symmetrical. Which symmetry? Radial symmetrical completed. Next one. These are absence of first one, the respiratory system, respiratory, excretion and circulation. What is the respiration, excretion and circulation? These three systems are completely absent. There is no present. There is no form. These are completely reduced. Nothing but absence of these classes. Yes. First one. The body, the anterior part of the Coelenterata, anterior part of the individual organism have one of the bulbous portion, like a semicircular bulbous portion. The semicircular bulbous portion is known as a metridium. Manubrium. Anterior portion have a bulbous portion. That bulbous portion, this is bulbous portion, and anterior part of the body, that is bulbous portion, is known as a manubrium. So this manubrium is completely around by the tentacles. Manubrium completely around by the tentacles. Manubrium around by the tentacles. How many tentacles are there? These are consistent of 16 to 24 tentacles. How many? 16 to 24 tentacles are completely around the manubrium. So, what is the manubrium? The manubrium is one of the bulbous portion of the anterior part of the body. So, what is the important? These are useful for the collecting of the food into the gastrovascular cavity. So, this manubrium containing one of the aperture or one of the opening. The manubrium containing one of the aperture or one of the opening. The opening is known as a mouth. So these tentacles are useful for catching prey, or collecting food and releasing into mouth. They are collecting food and releasing into mouth. Why? Because the most of the individuals are sedentary in condition, cannot able to move anywhere. So these are always stable in condition. These are presence on surface of the what is the rocks, shell, or bottom of the ocean, bottom of the what is that rivers. So these are attachment of the any substratum. So these are collecting food molecules. Food are attacking any prey and getting food, and these are releasing into their gastrovascular cavity region through the mouth. Through the mouth. Next one. So these are consistent of nerves and nerve nets. Nerves and nerve nets are present. They containing nerve and nerve nets are present for sensory, or act like a sensory organs. Is act like a sensory organs for determination of, for the identification of the prey and predator, and situation. What is that condition, weather condition of the individuals or surroundings. So next one, reproduction. Reproduction. These are shown two type of reproduction: asexual and sexual type of reproduction. Asexual reproduction and as well as sexual reproductions are present in what is that Coelenterata phylum. The asexual reproduction by what is that? But is a budding and what is that? Fusion. Buddings and fusion. Second one is sexual reproduction through the gametes. Through the gametes. So the most of the coelenterats are hermaphrodites. So what is the meaning of the hermaphrodites? What is the meaning of the protogyny? What is the meaning of the hermaphrodite? The most of the coelenterats are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite means these individuals are consistent of male and female gametes. So these are bisexual organisms are called as hermaphrodites. So these are hermaphrodites. Which one? Coelenterats are hermaphrodite. Hermaphrodite has not bisexual. Bisexual. So we have a doubt. So these are having a male and female gametes. These are what is fertilized by itself? No. These are never fertile by itself. Why? Because these are shown protogyny condition. This is shown which condition? Protogyny. Protogyny. What is that protogyny? What is the protogyny? The maturation of female gametes before the male gametes. So this is a female gamete. This is a maturation of the female gametes before the male gametes. So that condition is called as a protogyny. So in this protogyny condition, the female gametes are matured earlier male gametes. So these are never fertile with the male gametes. So that condition is called as a protogyny. Means the maturation of the female gametes. Maturation of female gametes. Female gametes. Before the male gametes. Before male gametes. So these are never fertile by itself. They are never fertile by itself. So that condition is called as a protogyny. Are you clear? Yes. Next, so this phylum Coelenterata are consistent of the two zooids. How many zooids are? Zooid means animal. How many animals are there in Opilian colony? These are containing two zooids are there. The Coelenterata consistent of the two zooids are present. Two zooids are present. That is known as, first one is polyp and medusoid. Polyp and medusoid is very important. Polyp zooid and medusoid zooid. The polyp is a nutritive zooid. Nutritive zooid. Polyp is a nutritive zooid. So these are look like a funnel-like structure. This is a polyp. And polyp is completely covered by the pericercal membrane and sinocercal membrane. This is known as a manubrium. The manubrium, around the manubrium containing more number of the tentacles are there. So the below of the tentacles consistent of the mouth. So this is known as a polyp. Polyp is we are called as a nutritive zooid. Means it is collecting of nutrients from environment. So it is collecting the nutrients, nothing but it is catching prey from the environment and directly releasing into mouth to gastrovascular cavity for the digestion. For the which process? For the digestion. So this is known as a nutritive zooid. So the next one is medusa. Medusa. What is a medusa? The medusa completely lacking of. Medusa completely lacking of. What is the tentacles? It is only consistent of gametes. It's consistent of only gametes. So this is known as a reproductive zooid. Which one? Medusa is known as a reproductive zooid. Polyp is called as a nutritive zooid. So in this condition, the reproduction is, what is that? Reproduction is sexual and asexual type of reproduction was occurs. So this development is indirect development. There is a larva is presence in between of the two adults. Two adult forms. There is a indirect development. Why? Because there is a development. There is a development of in between of two individuals. There is a larva is present. Indirect development. Are you clear? Which larva is present? Planula. In Coelenterata phylum consistent of planula, and Protozoo porifera consistence of Parenchyma and Amphiblastula. Parenchyma, Amphiblastula presence in porifera phylum. Coelenterata phylum consistent of planula larva. Are you clear? So this is known as a gastrozooid. First one, the tentacles are originated from ecto and means endodermal origin. Ecto and endodermal origin. The coelentrates are shown diploblastic in nature. Diploblastic in nature. These are absence of mesoderm. Absence of mesoderm. The mesoderm is completely filled with mesenchyma cells. Chyma cells. These are amoeboid cells. It is a false cells. Amoeboid cell. So the protozoo, nothing but the coelentrates are shown. What is that? Alternative generation. These are life history shown. Alternative generation are commonly known as a polymorphism. These are shown alternative generation or metagenesis. Metagenesis. What is that metagenesis? The coelentrates are life history shown. The coelenterata life history shown metagenesis. So what is the metagenesis? Meta means multi, genesis means form. Okay, multi forms. Nothing but these are consistent of polyp and medusa. Two forms are there. The polyp is formation of polyp is generating medusa. Note down everyone, very important for 2 marks in question examination. What is the metagenesis? There is containing two zooids are there, polyp and medusa. The polyp is generating medusa by asexual reproduction. By the asexual reproduction. The medusa is generating polyp by sexual reproduction. By the sexual reproduction. Metagenesis nothing but there is a containing two zooids are there, polyp and medusa zooid. The polyp zooid is generating medusa by the asexual reproduction. Why? Because it is a nutritive zooid. So it is generating medusa by the asexual reproduction. The medusa is generating polyp by the sexual reproduction. Why? Because it is a reproductive zooid. This is very important in examination for the 2 marks. What is the metagenesis? The polyp is generating medusa by the asexual reproduction. The medusa is generating polyp by the sexual reproduction. So this is the information about the general characters of the Coelenterata.